Good morning to all our listeners. Welcome to Educa Talk, the program where we discuss educational topics and share useful tips to improve our learning and teaching. Today, we have a very special program because we will talk about traditional methods for teaching English. To do this, we have invited Professor Naomi Vallas, an expert in language teaching with more than 20 years of experience. Welcome, Naomi.
Good morning. Thank you very much for inviting me. I am delighted to be here and share with you on this very interesting topic.
It's a pleasure to have with us. Naomi, let's start with a basic but important question for you. What are the most common traditional methods for teaching English?
Of course, traditional methods for teaching English have been the foundation of language education for many years. The most common are the grammar translation method, the direct method, and the audiolingual method.
That's so interesting. Could you explain a little more about each of these methods?
Okay, let's start with the grammar translation method. This is probably the oldest method and focus on teaching grammar and vocabulary through text translation. Students learn grammatical rules and then apply them by translating sentences between their native language and English. Then we have the direct method, which became popular in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. This method avoids the use of the native language and focuses on teaching English through direct oral communication, correct pronunciation, and the use of everyday phrases are emphasized. Finally, we have the audiolingual method, developed during Second World War. This is based on repetition and memorization of linguistic structures. Students practice dialogues and sentences patterns repeatedly until they become automatic.
Okay, thank you. With a detailed explanation, Naomi, could you tell us what the advantage and disadvantage of this traditional method are?
Sure. Traditional methods have several advantages. For example, the grammar translation method is excellent for developing a deep understanding of grammar and vocabulary, and it's used for students who need to translate academic or literary texts. And the direct method and the audiolingual method are beneficial because they promote oral fluency and correct pronunciation from the beginning. Here, students get used to think and speaking English without resorting to translation. However, they also have disadvantage. For example, in grammar translation method can be boring and demotivating because it focuses too much on theory and not on a practice. Students may have difficulty speaking and understanding English in everyday situations. So, the direct method and the audiolingual method can be limited because they sometimes lack explicit grammar teaching, which can lead to persistent errors.
Okay, very interesting, Naomi. It's clear that each method has its strengths and weakness. What advice would you give to teachers who still use these traditional methods?
Okay, to end the program, my advice will be to seek a balance. Okay? Because traditional methods have a lot of to offer, but it's also important to be flexible and adapt to the needs of students. Incorporating modern techniques and technologies can make classes more dynamic and effective. The most important thing is to create a learning environment where students feel motivated and support to learn.
Excellent advice, Naomi. Thank you very much for sharing your experience and knowledge with us today. It has been a pleasure having you on the program.
No, the pleasure is mine. Thank you for your
And to,
invitation.
okay, and to all our listeners, thank you for joining us on Education Talk. Don't miss our next program where we will discuss new educational methodologies. See you next time.
See you. Bye.